Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. I'm here to talk about the Champions League. I've always had confidence in this team. From what I saw last season when we reached the Champions League final, I knew that we had so many talented pieces. I knew that the kind of football that Luis Enrique wanted to play was good enough to win a UCL, maybe even better than just good enough. Then obviously how this season started, it wasn't that good. Question marks popped up. Then we got the answers. Lucho's doing terrorism. Thankfully, the players were like, Lucho, stop. Just stop. Maybe Nasser said something, even though the PR stuff that came out, he supported Lucho's disgusting experiment. And now we're here, 16 games unbeaten, 21 games unbeaten in Ligue 1, won the Trophée du Champion in the quarterfinals of the Coupe de France, and into the round of 32 of the Champions League, making a comeback by winning 3 games and scoring 11 goals against City, Stuttgart, and Salzburg. Wow. There's one point a lot of critiquers have brought up that we haven't played, a top-tier team. I mean, the top-tier team I would say we played is Monaco 3 times, and we've thrashed them 3 times. And Monaco are not a bad side. They are a good side, but we've absolutely humiliated them. But obviously, there can be stronger sides who can come up. So I do agree that when it comes to the confidence for the Champions League, it's more of what I expect and what I think will happen from this team rather than from what I just have seen. But what I've seen from this Paris Saint Germain team is consistency that I've never seen before. Like the last time we were unbeaten this deep into the Ligue was, I think, 18-19, maybe 19-20. Maybe we'll have to go all the way back to 15-16. And those were Paris Saint Germain's best seasons. I definitely feel this is the best PSG ever since we reached the Champions League final. And we reached the Champions League final that year. So I'm extremely confident in this team. And I want every single PSG fan, first of all, to be confident. Second of all, to expect it. We shouldn't, like last season, my expectations heading into this season was improve upon last season. We're going, like all of our players are going to improve. They're going to have 1 extra year under Luis Enrique. We had a good summer transfer window. João Neves, Willian Pacho, Desiree Doué, Safonov, all have been great transfers. And obviously we got Khvicha Kvaratskhelia now in January. So I'm expecting the Champions League. Or, look, I will always stick to the expectations I had in the beginning of the season, which is win everything in France. We are in a very good run on doing that once again. Already won the Trophée du Champion. Ligue 1 looks comfortable. And let's hope for the best in the Coupe de France. You never know what can happen. But all the big teams are knocked out from there. But going back into the Champions League, like, I remember when we were bad and people, the haters. That's what the haters say. They were like, oh, this PSG team is just not good enough. It's too young, all of this. No, I never believed in that. I knew how great this team was. And I knew what was holding us back. It was Luis Enrique who was holding us back. And the confidence just wasn't there in the team. They didn't want to fight for the manager. They didn't want to play for the manager. But then when that meeting took place ahead of the Auxerre game, the players, Luis Enrique, everyone was ready to put 100% in and just turn around the season. And that's exactly what's happened. Since then, we've been unbeaten. Since then, we're scoring goals for fun. I still think defensively, it's somewhat questionable. We're not keeping that many clean sheets. But I think since Luis Enrique came into this club, it's always been about outscoring your opponent. Like, that was the opposite since the last good manager we had, Thomas Tuchel. There was more keeping a clean sheet and then individual brilliance from Neymar and Mbappe on the counter or something. And it worked. It worked really well. But now it's a different thing, and it's working absolutely wonderful. I still think maybe a big injury to Ousmane Dembélé, to João Neves, to Vitinha, to Hakimi could maybe hamper. But I mean, that goes for pretty much every single team in the Champions League. But I think every person that has a football brain should say, yeah, PSG, Barca, Liverpool, top 3. But I think we're numb. I think we're number 1. And the thing is, we're going to face one of them soon in the round of 16. And after that, if we beat Liverpool or Barca, khalas. If we don't win the UCL, then I'm going to be extremely mad. But I have the expectation, I have the confidence of Paris Saint Germain lifting the Champions League. And I hope every single Paris Saint Germain fan has that. I don't want to hear, I would be content with the quarterfinal. This team is young. This team is young gimmick. It doesn't work. The Barca team, another team that, wants to win the Champions League, that their fans believe that they can win the Champions League. I think they have as young as a team than us, if not even younger, with the addition of Casado into the team and everything. So please stop this young gimmick. Stop this young gimmick. Bayern are trash. Madrid are trash. City are trash. Liverpool, it's their last season before they become trash. We need to win it, baby. We need to win, because I'm not here for one Champions League. I'm here for a dynasty. If we can win one now with the so-called young squad, what should be the expectation for the future? We also have the Club World Cup. But that comes after the Champions League. And I do believe we'll win the Champions League this season. And I definitely do believe and expect Paris Saint Germain. I mean, if I'm going to say at least make semis, that means we have to beat one of Liverpool and Barca. And I do expect that. I would be embarrassed if we lose to Barca or Liverpool. I think that would be a big L for Paris Saint Germain. I think with the players we have, the talent, Luis Enrique, everything that we've done, and this team has not come cheap. Yeah, it's a young team, but it's not come cheap. We've spent nearly $1 billion, I think. Slightly less, maybe $1 billion on the current squad that we have. And it's a great team. It's a mixture of youngsters, people in the middle age, and a bit older, like a Fabian, like a Dembouz, like a Marquinhos. So please, every single Paris Saint Germain fan, now that you leave this video, believe. When it comes to the players, they should not be arrogant. The players should take one game at a time, not underestimate their opponent, and do their best. But we as fans, we should back our team. We should believe in our team. Because from what I've seen, most PSG fans believe in the Champions League. This is the most belief we as a fan base has had since we reached the final, or maybe the year after that in 2021. This team is extremely strong. This team doesn't have that many weaknesses. This team can win the UCL. So please, believe, expect. And to all the haters, what can I say? You either rate Paris Saint Germain now and say, all right, they are a contender. They can actually win it. Maybe some people that want to half rate us, they call us a dark horse, put us on the same level as an Atletico or an Inter Milan. Disgusting. But at least it's all right. But for all the people that do not, as I said, either you start rating us now, or you'll be forced to rate us, or we will cook your team, and you will just have to hold your hands up. That's been it from your boy PSGINT. Paris Saint Germain are winning the Champions League in the 2024-2025 season. And as usual, allez, Paris.